What is art? Art is a highly diverse range of human activities, exchange, and creating visual, auditory, or performed artifacts, artworks that express the author's imaginative or technical skill and are intended to be appreciated for their beauty or emotional power. Ang meaning ng ars kapag ancient Latin, specialized form of skill. Ang meaning ng ars kapag medieval Latin, any special form of book learning such as grammar or logic. Art appreciation, understanding that something is valuable or important, a feeling or expression of admiration, approval or gratitude. Judgment and evaluation, recognition of the good qualities and understanding of art. The knowledge and understanding of the universal timeless qualities that identify all great art. What is humanities? The word humanities comes from the Latin humanus, which means human, cultured, and defined to be human is to have or show qualities like rationality, kindness, and tenderness. A discipline that study the expressions of human being and explore what it means to be human are philosophy, language, social science, history, literature, religion, and art. Art explore what it means to be human. The humanities can provide enjoyment and stimulation, especially when we try to understand what it covers. The humanities allow people of different cultures to communicate and understand their sometimes common past but present differences. The humanities aim at educating. The humanities deal with man as a being of purpose, of values, loves, hates, ideas, and sometimes as seer or prophet with divine inspiration. Field of knowledge and study falling under humanities are dedicated to the pursuit of discovering and understanding the nature of man. Assumption of art. Humanities. Art is universal. Art has always been timeless and universal, spanning generations and continents through and through. Misconception. Artistic made long time ago. Age is not a factor in determining art. Art is not good because it is old, but old because it is beautiful. Dudley. Art is universal. Example is works of Rizal and Francisco Balagtas. Not read because they are old, but they are beautifully written. Art, regardless of religion, time, and place, are loved and enjoyed by people continuously. Art is not nature. Art is man's expression of his reception of nature. Art is man's way of interpreting nature. Art is made by man, whereas nature is given around us. Art is not directed by representation of reality, is a perception of reality. Art has its reason why the artist made it. What is it that he wants to show? Art involves experience. Art is known by experience. A work of art then cannot be abstracted from actual doing in order to know what an artwork is. You have to sense it, see or hear it. All art depends on experience, and if one is to know art, you must know it not as fact or information but as experience. Filipino concept of art. Traditional art. Traditional art in the Philippines encompass folk architecture, maritime transport, weaving, carving, folk performing arts, folk literature, folk graphic and plastic arts, ornament, textile or fiber art, pottery, and other artistic expression of traditional culture. For folk architecture. Folk architecture in the Philippines differs significantly in keeping with ethnic group, wherein the system can be fabricated from bamboo, wood, rock, coral, rattan, grass, and different materials. Folk architecture also includes spiritual homes, generally referred to as spirit homes, which are shrines for the protecting spirits of gods. The hut style, example, the hut style Bahay Kubo, the highland houses known as Bale, the coral homes of Batanes, the royal residence Torogan, the palaces of essential kingdom, including the Daru Jambagan or Palace of Flower. Additional fact: social classes in the Philippines before the Spanish colon: nobles, maharlika, freemen, timawa, slaves, alipin or namamahay. Sa gigilid is the lowest level of slaves. Nobles, maharlika, freeman, timawa, slaves, alipin or namamahay. Sa gigilid. Babailan in the Philippines: shamans. These shamans specialize in communicating, appeasing, or harnessing the spirit of the dead and the spirit of nature. Shaman. There are also buildings that have linked indigenous and Hispanic motif, forming the Bahay na Bato structure and its prototype. Bahay Kubo ni Pakat is the traditional shelter of the Philippines. It is a Filipino traditional dwelling place made of genuine green materials like nipa leaves for the roof and split bamboos for the wall and floor. It is a symbol of Philippine culture. Hindi pa naman. As it depicts the most nurtured Filipino value of cold bayanihan, which attributes the spirit of collective unity or effort to accomplish an objective. Ifugao Bale or native houses. The first prefabricated house in the world according to renowned anthropologist Otley Beyer. It is considered to be one of the most indigenous and nearly perfect architectural constructs made by man. The Ifugao no-nail house. Ayong galing. No-nail house. Evolved from a more primitive dwelling called the abong, which less permanent and it is not raised. Ibatan's house or the house of Dakay. Dakay. The oldest house in Batanes. This was built in 1887 and the only stone house that was left after a strong earthquake. That hit Batanes on September 13, 1918. The Batan's House in Basco, Batanes is a must-visit cultural attraction in the Philippines. The houses are made of meter-thick limestones and coral walls, as well as cogon, grass roofs, and they are sturdy enough to withstand strong winds. Torongan is a traditional house built by the Maranao people of Lanao. Mindanao, a symbol of high social status. Such a residence was once a home to a sultan or dato in the Maranao. Torongan is elevated above the ground by column cut from trees of wood birch. Its walls are covered with plywood sticks and the roof touched with the dried coconut leaves. There is no interior partition, so it appears as usual. It is intricately engraved with the flowing geometries of the Maranao design system called Okir. Wala na yan. Okir. Geometries. Okir. Daru Jambangan, the Palace of Flower, was the palace of the Sultanate of Sulu based in Maimbong, Sulu. The palace was made of wood and it was destroyed by a typhoon in 1932. It was believed to be the largest royal palace in the Philippines. In 2006, a small replica of Daru Jambangan was built in the neighboring town of Talipao and became a centerpiece for vacation park. The replica was about 25% of the actual size of the real Daru Jambangan. Bahay na Bato. Ang dami naman ito. House of Stone is a type of building originating during the Philippine Spanish colonial period. It is an updated version of the traditional Bahay Kubo. Its design has evolved throughout the ages but still maintains the Bahay Kubo's architectural basis, which corresponds to the tropical climate and earthquake-prone environment of the whole archipelago of the Philippines. Many of these bahay na bato homes had been declared as a World History Site. Saan? Idchang. Folk architecture includes easy sacred stick stands to indigenous castle or fortresses inclusive of the Idchang. 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 Geologically altering works of art including the rice terraces of the Philippines, Cordilleras. Geologically altering works of art including the rice terraces of the Philippine Cordilleras, locally called Payo. P-A-Y-Y-O. P-A-Y-Y-O. 5 rice terraces clusters was declared as World History Site. Nagakadan 5 terraces. Nagakadan Hungduan Valuable Mayoyaw. Nagakadan. Wala, ayaw niya. Nagakadan. N-A-G-A-C-A-D-A-N. Hungduan. Hungduan. H-U-N-G-D-U-A-N. Valuable Mayoyaw. Mayoyao. Mayoyao. Bangaan and Batad. Bangaan. Matad. Ay, Batad. Batad. 5 rice terraces cluster was declared as World History Site. Maritime transport. Maritime transport in the Philippines consists of boat houses, boat making, and maritime traditions. The structure, traditionally made of wood and chosen by means of elders and craftsfolks, were used as the principal vehicle of the people, connecting one island to another wherein the seas and rivers have become the people's routes. Although boats are believed to were used within the archipelago for lots of years since the arrival of human beings through water, the earliest proof of boat making and using boats in the country continues to be dated as 320 AD via the carbon dating of the Butuan boats that are recognized as stays of a huge balangay. Butuan boats. Butuan boats no 320 AD. Anong AD? Recognized as balangay. Yung balangay, it is a type of lashed dock boat built by joining planks edge to edge using pins, dowels, and fiber lashings. They are found throughout the Philippines and were used largely as trading ships up until the colonial era. The balangay was declared as the national boat of the Philippines by the House Committee on Revisions of Laws. Lashlog. The balangay was chosen so that the future generation of Filipinos will recognize the invaluable contribution of their forefathers in shaping the country's maritime tradition and in passing on the values of solidarity, harmony, determination, courage, and bravery. Weaving. Weaving is an ancient art form that continues in the Philippines, with each ethnic group having their distinct weaving techniques. Weaving is a method of textile production in which two distinct sets of yarns or threads are interlaced at right angles to form a fabric or cloth. The weaving arts are composed of basket weaving, backstrap, loom weaving, headgear weaving, fishnet weaving, and other form of weaving. Kalibo Aklan aims to be the country's loom weaving capital with the exquisite and the world-class piña cloth. Piña cloth, the queen of Philippine fabrics, as its star product. Piña cloth, Aklan. Cloth weaving. Expensive textile are made through the difficult process called backstrap looming. Backstrap looming. Fibers such as cotton, abaca, banana fiber, grass, and palm fiber are used in the Filipino weaving arts. Types of weave cloths in the Philippines. Sa Pinilian, Ilocos Region, Montauk Weave sa Mountain Province, Kalinga Textile, Province of Kalinga, Pinya, Aklan, sa Hablon, sa Panay Island, sa Putangan Tapes Tree Weave, Basilan, Mabal Tabi, yung Tabi, may H, Tabi, may H, Sarangani and South Cotabato. Number 8, Bagobo, Inabal, Davao del Sur. Number 9, Dagmay, Eastern Mindanao. Number 10, Meranao Textile. Ha?
Pero abot ko na lang ako.
Sige. Pisyab Weave, Sulu Archipelago. Number 12, Tinalak, South Cotabato. Sa Pinilian, Ilocos Region. Bakit? Pinilian, Ilocos Region, Bontoc Weave, Mountain Province, Kalinga Textile, Province of Kalinga. Pinya, Aklan, Hablon, Panay Island, sa Patangan Tapes Tree Weave, Basilan, Mabal Tabi, Sarangani, and South Cotabato, Bagobo, Inabal, Davao del Sur, Dagmay, Eastern Mindanao. Yeah? Number 10, Meranao Textile. Number 11, Pisyab Weave. Paano what sign? Pisyab apostrophe T Weave sa Sulu Archipelago. 12, Tinalak, South Cotabato. Pisyab Weave, Sulu Archipelago. Pinilian, Ilocos Region, traditional with ancient roots with the kapas or cotton as the main material. They use the pedal loom called pangablan. Pedal loom, pangablan. Different weaving techniques include the basic plain weave, the double tongue basket weave or binakol, and the multi-heado weave, minatwagan, or tinumbalitan, double L. They are said to be adept in the simultaneous warp and weft float type of pinilian called the impalagdo. Tang ina, ang hirap. Impalagdo. Letter I, impalagdo. A technique unique in the town. Pinilian, Ilocos Region. Use ng pedal loom called pangablan. They are said to be adept in the simultaneous warp and weft float type of pinilian called the impalagdo. Bontoc weave sa Mountain Province. It involves around the idea of centeredness, which symbolizes permanence, order, and balance, key factors in the life of the Bontoc people. In its weave, the process starts with the sides, called langkit, until it turns into the paikit. Ikid, side panels, fatawil, warp bands, and shukyong. Ano yan? S-H-U-K-Y-O-N. Shukyong. Arrows. Afterwards, the sinamaki weaving commences where the tinagtakho human figure, minamata, diamond, and tinitiko zigzag are incorporated. The last is center pa/kawa, which features the kanay supplementary weft. Ano yan? Because of the complex process of adding the kanay, the center panel would be woven last. Ang galing. Kalinga Textile, Province of Kalinga. are embedded into the geometry of weaving itself. Tiny motifs, pattern, and embellishment have characterized include continuous lozenge, ano yan, pattern? Lozenge, Lozenge, pattern locally called inata-ata, and mother of pearl platelets called pawekan, among many others. Pinya aklan is made from fibers of the leaves of the red Bisaya pineapple through an arduous process. Those made by the Aklanon are the most prized and are utilized in the national costumes of the country, such as Barong Tagalog. Hi. Hablon, Panay Island is the fine textiles of the Karaya and Hiligaynon people, which have been known from the epics of the people. The textile is usually used for Visayan patanchong and panuelo. The hablon is usually a plain weave and has plaid and stripe designs. It is usually used for the patanchong, the Visayan wraparound skirt, and panuelo. Yung panuelo yung sa kapag graduation. Sa Putangan tapestry weave sa Basilan. The Yakan people is a highly skilled weaving utilizing the bunga sama may slash. Supplementary weave, the siniluan warp floating pattern, the inalaman supplementary weave technique, and the bunga sama supplementary weave, na sinaluan warp floating pattern, the inalaman supplementary weave technique, and the pinantupan weft band pattern. And the
Dedicated.
gumaingay te, nawawala yung anis ko. Sa lahat to ng gamit pinalagay sa harap. Hindi ko makakapag-sell. The Saputangan is an example of a tapestry weave, considered the oldest and most traditional technique in producing ornamented woven textiles, aside from the plain weave technique wherein stripes and plates are formed. Mabaltabi. Tabhi.
Lugar?
Oo. Sarangani and South Cotabato. Tabi in Blaan. Lo, ano yan? Tabi. Ando yun ito. Bakit ganito? Tabi Rine. Dito. Nasa dulo
Sorry.
yung beach.
Ha?
Tabi. Tabi.
Wala ko rin yan.
Yung ano to, te? Yung sabi ni sir, di ba, parang nawalan siya ng slide.
Ay, nga pala. Ay, ako niyan.
Naandun. Di ba, art reviewer, tapos nasa taas.
Wala.
Meron.
Wala yung picture yan. Wala ko loading.
Ah, okay.
Basket. Ha? Ano review sa basket? Di ba may gano'n? Basket. Lunch ba? Mga lunch ba? Ito lang yan, yung dalawa.
Ayan lang yun.
Reading ka.
Mabaltabi, Sarangani, and South Cotabato. Tabi and Blaan. Blaan talaga to. Blaan refers to the native tubular skirt and also to the textile. While Mabal means woven. Woven or to weave. The Blaan are also known to be accomplished embroiderers, and the tabi is often conspicuously embellished with embroidery. The Blaan people depicts crocodiles and quails. Weavers of the art can only be women, as the art is dedicated and taught by Furalo, goddess of weaving. Bagago Inabal utilizes abaka in creating two tube skirts, namely sinukla and bandira. Bagabo Inabal
Sino yun?
Si Catherine.
Hindi ko nga. Ano yung sino yun?
Bagobo Inaval, Lapo del Sur. The Bagobo is a group of the Manobo are expert in extracting the fibers of the apaca from the leaf sheets, and selecting the very fine ones for weaving their textiles. They use the backstrap loom for weaving in abaca fiber textiles with the cut or tie-dyed resist designs forming mother and baby crocodile figures and geometry-sized abstracted forms. The dye stuffs are all extracted from plants in the surroundings. The finished abaca fibers undergo a polishing process using a smooth shell. Dagmay, Eastern Mindanao. Ano to? Wait lang. Ano ba na? Dagmay, Eastern Mindanao. Hand woven using a special kind of backstrap loom made from abaca fibers and following intricate designs revolving around man and nature, especially the
Nag-extend siya
crocodile.
sa M2 eh.
Sino?
Si Catherine. Balbo, yung binabartagol ko.
Oo, tapos
Tapos ayun.
may sagot siya.
Yung pinaka ano daw sa multiple choice ay sa identification yung mga bahay.
Bahay? Ay, madali lang.
Ayan, bahay weaving.
Ay, weaving.
Tapos yung pangalangay, tapos backstrap loop.
Backstrap loom sa Dagmay. Kaya nga. Dagmay yun. Ayan, no, tingnan mo, kakabasa ko lang.
Dagmay.
Parang lahat naman natin may
Lahat,
backstrap
backstrap
loom.
na. Kaya nga. Baka yun yung ginagamit for weaving.
Ano ba yung backstrap loom? Yung ano?
Oo, medyo na lang.
Yung parang machine nila. Made from abaca fibers and following intricate designs revolving around man and nature, especially the
Identification daw, yung kung ano yung quiz natin.
Wala naman tayong inanong ganun eh.
Yung multiple choice, yung art, tapos yung what is it?
Yung multiple choice na ganun.
Dagmay designs usually tell the story about the weaver and her community, as well as the spirits that live on earth. The Dagmay is usually
identification of the
used for
number-
women's skirt, but it is also used as blankets or wraps for the dead. Meranao textile. Yung merong dalawang tuldok sa taas. Sa Lanao del Norte and Lanao del Sur, now a wide range of weaving techniques including the weft and warp, ikat, dye resist, and continuous and discontinuous supplementary weft design is used for the creation of the malong among many other Maranao clothing. Maranao clothing. These wraps are embedded with okir designs including patyok.
Ang hirap kasi ito.
Patyok, yung bag, kapal or raon leaf, pako fern, pako rabong, walang. Pisha between sa sulok. It's traditionally worn by men and warriors. The weaving of tausug has no present. Tausug, yung lahat. Sticks or pre-designed warp yarns into which the weaver inserts the dessert yarn. It allows the free imagination of the weaver as having no preset pattern for the weave. It's the cultural standard for making the hayag. Tinalaksan ko dapat. Traditional textile woven by the Tripoli women and represent birth, life, union, and marriage, and death, and shows the uniqueness and identity of the indigenous group.
Ano nga ba yung boat? Walang maritime transport.
Are often called dream weavers, but this applies only to a few dedicated weavers. It is believed that designs and patterns are bestowed on them by Fudalu.
Sino nag-ano?
F-U space Dalu.
Wala nga yun.
D-A-L-U. The spirit of Abaca through their dreams. Mat weaving does not utilize a loom or similar equipment in
Weaving
Eastern.
tapos place.
Loom or similar equipment in Eastern relies on the crafts folks' attention in hand weaving. A banig is a hand-woven mat usually used in East Asia and the Philippines for sleeping and sitting. This type of mat is traditionally made in the Philippines. Basket. The great artwork of basketry within the Philippines has developed complex design and paperwork. Iyo to, te. Sandy, iyo to. The great artwork of basketry within the Philippines has developed complex designs and paperwork directed for specific purposes, inclusive for harvesting rice, storage, journey package, sword case, and so on. The art is believed to have arrived inside the archipelago because of human migration, where those on the north had been the primary to analyze the artwork form. Intricate basketry can also be found among the Mamanwa, various Negrito groups, Mangyanes, Ivatan, and many others. The Batak of Palawan has supplied the craft into high artwork as properly as maintaining their craft status as purposeful art. Materials used in basketry differ per ethnic group. Some important materials include bamboo, rattan, pandan, cotton cloth, tassel, nito, beeswax, abaca, buri, bark, and dyes. In the same manner, each ethnic group has their own basketry patterns, which include close crossover underweave, close bamboo, double twill, weave, space, rattan, pentagon pattern, and close, tetrahedron buri, among many others. Basketry products from the Philippines include the tupil lunchbox, bukok basket, kabil carrying basket, upig lunch basket, taga double G, tagai rice basket, bayong basket pouch, lig o winnowing tray, and binga bag. Weaving headgears. Weaving headgears are prevalent throughout the Philippines, wherein multiple cultures utilize a variety of fibers to connect mediums, forming Filipino headgears such as the Batan's bakul, the headcloth at the manobo, and the snake headpiece of the bontok. The weaving traditions pertaining to fish traps and gears in the Philippines are expansive, of which the Ilocano people possibly possess the vastest array of fish gears among the archipelago's ethnic groups. Notably, fish traps include bubo, berk, bek, and pamurakan. Broom weaving, wherein the most stylized in the Philippines, is possibly the talaga daw brooms made under the silk process of Kalinga people. Wood carving. Indigenous wood carving is one of the most notable traditional arts in the Philippines, with some crafts in various ethnic groups date back prior to Hispanic arrival, with perhaps the oldest surviving today are fragments of a wooden boat dating to 320 AD. Bulul are the most bulul, ano ba? Kasi bulul, tapos bulul. Bulul are the most numerous and best known of Ifugao figurative sculptures, and usually take the form of either a standing or seated figure. They are carved from a single piece of wood and generally exhibit a stylized and geometric rendering of the human body. Ano yung feel ko dito? Fakir. The art of fakir on wood is another fine craft attributed to various ethnic groups in the Mindanao and the Sulu archipelago. Religious Hispanic wood carvings abounded in the Philippines with the introduction of Christianity. The techniques utilized infused both indigenous and Hispanic styles, creating a fusion of Hispanic Asian wood art. Talagon is among the most famous wood carving places in the country, especially on religious Hispanic wood carving.